Have you ever wondered why the kindest people often feel the heaviest pain? Why those who give the most of themselves, the ones who smile when others are crying, who listen when nobody listens, end up being the ones who hurt the most? There's a quiet suffering that no one sees, a silent struggle that doesn't make headlines or social media posts, a struggle that lives in the heart of people who care too deeply, love too freely, and trust too openly. And if you've ever felt this way, know this: you are not broken. You are not weak. You are not alone. Before we dive deeper, take a moment to subscribe, like, comment, share, and turn on notifications. This video isn't just about pain, it's about understanding, growth, and learning how to protect your heart without losing your light. Being kind-hearted is a gift, but it is also a responsibility most people don't choose to bear. Kind people see the world differently. They notice the small things that others ignore. They feel emotions more intensely. They empathize with struggles they cannot fix. Because of this heightened sensitivity, kind-hearted people carry the invisible weight of the world. They listen when no one else listens. They forgive when others won't. They give when others take. And often, the world responds in ways that are unfair. People take advantage of their generosity. Others misunderstand their intentions. Their hearts are used and discarded because their strength is mistaken for weakness. The silent struggle comes not from their lack of resilience. It comes from their overabundance of compassion. They hurt more because they care more. They cry more because they love more. They carry burdens because no one else will. Many kind-hearted people don't realize their own value. They believe their worth comes from how much they give, how much they sacrifice, or how much they are needed. And here's the painful truth: not everyone will appreciate you. Not everyone will honor your heart. Not everyone will recognize your efforts. But the world doesn't punish kindness, it simply doesn't always reward it. Your kindness is not a weakness. It is your superpower. It is your strength, one that has been tested, stretched, and misunderstood. They trust too easily. Kind-hearted people instinctively give trust before testing it. They believe in people's goodness first, and sometimes that trust is broken. They forgive too quickly. Their hearts forgive because they understand pain. They empathize with why people hurt others, and sometimes that forgiveness is taken for granted. They hide their struggles. Kind-hearted people often appear cheerful, composed, and strong, even when inside they are hurting. Because showing vulnerability feels like risking more pain. They absorb negative energy. Their compassion acts like a sponge. They take in emotions from others, even when it isn't their responsibility. They underestimate self-protection. Because they value others above themselves, they often neglect boundaries, which leads to burnout and betrayal. But here's the thing about kind-hearted people: their suffering does not define them. Their tears do not diminish their power. Their pain is a reflection of how deeply they care. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every disappointment is molding them into something stronger, something wiser, something more resilient. Kind-hearted people survive because they are deeply human. They feel the world fully, and that depth allows them to rise higher than those who skim life superficially. Pain sharpens their empathy. Struggles refine their boundaries. Loss teaches them discernment. And slowly, quietly, their hearts begin to recognize that self-preservation is not selfish. If you are kind-hearted and you feel hurt more than others, let this be a reminder: you are allowed to say no. You are allowed to protect your energy. You are allowed to distance yourself from toxic people. You are allowed to choose yourself without guilt, because your heart is precious. Your kindness is rare, and your light is powerful. The world will hurt you. People will disappoint you. Situations will break you. But your kind heart, your resilience, your integrity will always lead you back to yourself. Kind-hearted people have a unique journey, one of silent battles, invisible wounds, and hidden victories. The greatest challenge for kind-hearted people is learning to protect their heart without closing it off. For so long, kindness has been taken for granted. For so long, trust has been abused. For so long, giving has been mistaken for weakness. But here's the truth: you don't have to dim your light to survive. You don't have to shrink yourself to avoid being hurt. You don't have to stop loving, stop caring, or stop giving. The secret is boundaries. Boundaries are not walls. They are bridges, bridges that connect you to people who respect, honor, and cherish your heart while keeping out those who drain or harm you. You deserve relationships that elevate you, not diminish you. You deserve interactions that energize you, not deplete you. You deserve a life where your kindness is met with respect and your love is met with reciprocity. Protecting your heart is an act of courage, not selfishness. And when you start practicing it, life starts aligning naturally. Kind-hearted people carry invisible scars. They've been hurt, misunderstood, ignored, and taken advantage of. But pain, when acknowledged and processed, can become power. Every heartbreak can teach you wisdom. Every betrayal can teach you discernment. Every disappointment can teach you patience. Every struggle can teach you resilience. And here's the critical point. The world doesn't reward sensitivity, but it rewards self-awareness. By turning struggles into lessons, kind-hearted people transform from being overly vulnerable to being emotionally invincible. Not invincible in the sense of never feeling pain, but invincible in the sense of never allowing pain to define them or dictate their worth. Your kindness becomes your armor, not your weakness. Your empathy becomes your compass, not your chains. Your heart becomes a source of strength, not a liability. One of the most powerful skills a kind-hearted person must learn is discernment. You don't need to love everyone. You don't need to forgive everyone immediately. You don't need to allow everyone access to your energy. Some people are meant to pass through your life. Some relationships are temporary lessons, not permanent homes. Some energy is toxic, even if it comes from someone you care about deeply. By consciously choosing who remains in your life, you preserve your mental and emotional resources. And when your life is filled only with people who truly value you, everything shifts. Conversations become meaningful. Relationships become nourishing. Interactions become uplifting. Your kindness stops being exploited and begins attracting the right energy. Kind-hearted people often seek validation externally. Do they appreciate me? Did they notice what I did? Did they understand my intentions? But lasting peace doesn't come from outside approval. It comes from your own recognition. When you start validating yourself, you stop overgiving to those who take for granted. When you start honoring your efforts, you stop bending to meet expectations that were never yours. When you start trusting your heart, you stop fearing betrayal. Self-love is not indulgent, it is essential. Self-validation is not arrogance, it is sanity. The more you internalize your worth, the less external circumstances can shake you. Your kindness begins to flow freely without fear of being hurt. There's a universal truth about kind-hearted people. The right people always notice. Even when it feels like no one sees your efforts, no one recognizes your love, or no one appreciates your empathy, those who are meant to be in your life will be drawn to your energy. They will sense your integrity. They will sense your depth. They will sense your heart. And unlike others, they won't exploit your kindness. They will cherish it. They will reciprocate it. They will honor it. Kind-hearted people get hurt more often, not because they're naive, but because they are rare. And when you learn to focus on yourself, to protect your heart, and to transform pain into strength, you become a magnet for the people, experiences, and opportunities that truly belong in your life. Let this be your reminder. Your heart is strong, even when it feels broken. Your kindness is rare, even when others misuse it. Your empathy is powerful, even when the world underestimates it. Your love is valuable, even when it isn't always returned. Being kind-hearted is not a liability. It is your superpower. The world may hurt you, betray you, and test your limits, but your heart will endure. Your light will persist, and your resilience will inspire. Your struggles are not the end of your story. They are the proof that your heart is alive, capable, and beautiful. If you are kind-hearted and you felt unseen, taken for granted, or deeply hurt, remember this. Your heart matters. Your kindness matters. Your boundaries matter. Your life matters. Protect yourself, nurture yourself, and never stop being the incredible, compassionate person you are. Because when you care deeply, live authentically, and love fully, you create a life that is not only meaningful for yourself, but magnetic to those who truly belong in it. If this video resonated with you, take a moment to subscribe, like, comment, share, and turn on notifications. Your heart deserves guidance, your mind deserves clarity, and your journey deserves inspiration. More videos like this, full of motivation, self-mastery, and emotional insight, are coming. Stay tuned and stay strong.